Season 10 is about to start, and like last season, we are hoping for a very successful season and to improve upon our 13th position that we achieved last season. And it has been a very busy transfer window, and many of the familiar names have gone, but hopefully replaced by much better players. We still have some work to do in the transfer window, and we still have quite a bit of money left to do a little bit more business. And if we can get in one or two more key players, then it will have been a very good transfer window. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to the Road to Glory, Part 85, Season 10, here at Preston. And after last season's successes, today we'll be taking a look at what has happened in the transfer window, and we will be playing our first two games. We will be home to Leeds, and then we will be away at Norwich. Two games which I'm hoping will get us off to a very good start this season. And it has been a very, very busy transfer, and we will begin looking at that. But before we go into that, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you just love to see people suffer playing this game, then you are in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support the very, very good stuff that you can see scrolling above me. And so, with so much to do today, let's go straight in and have a look at what has been going on in the transfer window since you were last with us. And in terms of transfers out, there are a number of players who have left the club. Azevedo finally left the club. He's gone off to Livingston, would you believe it? And we've loaned him out for the season just to cover his wages. We couldn't actually sell him, so Livingston came in and asked to loan him, and we said fair enough. And then there have been a number of other players who've left the club. Alpacian Aksoy, our reserve goalkeeper, he went to Marseille on a free, as well as Brodie Hughes went out on a free to Aberdeen. Phil Newman came to the end of his contract and went to Sampdoria on a free, and Therese Jean-Jules, he went to St Mirren on a free. Hugo Bueno, after his horrific injury last season, we decided to cash in on him, and we sold him to AEK Athens for £10 million. And then Paulo Estrella, a good servant of the club since I've been here. However, I decided he was not going to be part of the future plans, and we sold him to Alaves for £3.5 million. A couple of young players also went out. Giorgio Alter, centre-back, getting on in years now. We've loaned him out to Udinese. And Samuel Di Benedetto, who wasn't cutting it for me. Good free kick taker, but never really played to his full potential, I thought. We've loaned him out to Bournemouth for a little while just to recover some wages. We couldn't sell him either, so we decided a loan was probably the best move. Kofi Balmer, he went out to Shakhtar for £1.4 million, defensive midfielder, centre-back, never again making the grade as some of the others who've left. And Thomas Duvniak, the player I had so much trouble pronouncing his name, was sold to Middlesbrough for £4.5 million. He was never going to be good enough to progress with this club. In terms of transfers in, what has happened since you were last here? Well, we've brought in Mauro Gennari. You were aware that we made that signing from Schalke for £3.7 million. He's a centre-back, he's just a squad player, but he does look like he's a very good physical player. He also has very decent mentals for a 24-year-old, and his marking is good. So I'm hoping that as a covering central defender for injuries, etc., he will have a very decent season for us. Mauro Gennari, who has come in from Schalke. Also coming in from Schalke is Oliver Zeek. We bought him for £425,000. He's just a reserve goalkeeper. He doesn't look actually that bad for a reserve goalkeeper, and hopefully he'll do the business if and when required. I may also be looking at bringing another goalkeeper in, but that's something that I will be looking at as we progress through the transfer window. But I think he will do a useful job when needed. And then we have brought in Nemanja Milic, who is a left back. He's going to be playing left back for me, and he is a very decent left back and can play on that side as a fullback on support. He lacks crossing and dribbling ability, but he has all the other attributes that I'm looking for. He has bags of pace, and he's got good strength. He's got very good physicals and some very good mental attributes, and I'm hoping he will be a good addition to the squad this year, and certainly has improved us at left back. And then we have brought in Kevin Seligrat from Villarreal. He's come in for £9.25 million, and he is a centre-back, and he looks like he's a very good centre-back. He's very good in the air. He's also got good physicals and some very decent mentals. He's very good positioning, a great tackler, and very good at marking. I think he will do a very good job for us, at least that's my hope, and help strengthen the defence for us. That's something that we desperately needed to do. I am still in the market for another central defender, and if we can find one, we will bring one in. And we also then brought in, after that, we brought in Eric Verdejo, who has come in from Espanyol. He's come in for a fee of £9.75 million, and he is an attacking midfielder, and he, to me, looks like he is the bee's knees. He has got great first touch, he's a free kick taker, and he also has good mentals, brilliant flair and off the ball movement. He's got good passing and vision, and he has also some very decent physicals as well. And so I think he is a very, very good addition to the team, and in pre-season he's been performing very, very well. And we brought in another striker, Alejandro Rojas from Monaco, for £5.75 million, 24-year-old. He is going to play for us as an advanced forward. He has all the attributes that I'm looking for an advanced forward. He's still got a little bit of development to do. He could potentially become a 4.5-star player, but he's got tremendous flair. He's got good bravery. He is a very physical player with lots of pace, and his technicals are very good indeed. I think he could be a very good signing as the season progresses, and he's come in to replace Adam Eder, who we have decided to sell. And finally, we've brought in Adolfsson from Liverpool. He is also a central defender. He's come in for £5.5 million. He's a young kid. He's just 19 years old, but he has some tremendous potential. And I think this boy could develop. He could be the next Reece Williams, and he could develop into an extremely good centre-back. He's come in as a squad player for his first season, and I think, though, he's going to be used more than he anticipates. He looks to me like a very good young footballer, and I'm very excited about him and to see how he develops as the season progresses. And we have made a bid, and he is considering his contract for Agahoa. And he is someone that we found at Charlton and paid £10.25 million for. And when I looked at his attributes, I was absolutely astonished to find such a player at Charlton. And although he is an attacking midfielder, and a very, very good attacking midfielder, my feeling is that I want to use him as a Mazzala on attack. And I think he has all the right attributes to play there and do a very good job for us there. He does need to focus a little bit on his finishing and his long shots, and we've got him doing that as we speak. He's already working on improving his finishing, and I think he is an extremely good player. And in his last season with Charlton, he played 46 times. He scored 15 goals with 10 assists, average rating of 7.3. He wanted to leave Charlton. We've brought him in. This is his chance to prove himself. And then I have brought in Adrian Asing. He's come in from Hoffenheim for just £1.7 million. He is a fullback who can play either side. He's just come in as a breakthrough prospect, but he probably, given the amount of injuries we get to fullbacks, he's probably going to get a little bit of game time, and hopefully he's going to develop. He's 20 years old, and I'm hoping he's going to develop into a very nice fullback over time. whether that be playing for Preston or whether that be moving on to make us a little bit of profit on the sale. I think he is a decent youngster, and I think that he's a nice player to have, sitting in the squad, not complaining about playing time and just waiting for his opportunity. And because of injuries, there will be opportunities for him to get some game time. And we also have one player who is waiting to leave the club, and that is Adam Eder. And he just did not cut it last season, and as he is now 30 years old, I thought it was probably best to try and sell him and get some money for him. Well, we did manage to get £15.25 million from AEK Athens, and we are just waiting for him now to accept the contract, and hopefully that will go through without any bother at all. Although you never know what FM is going to do. And what that will mean then is that we still have around £40 million still to spend, and we will have a little bit of wage budget, but with a little bit of jiggery pokery we can bring in one or two very, very good players. And I am still looking possibly for a goalkeeper. I am looking for a DM, a really classy DM who can sit at the base of the midfield, and maybe even a really good centre-back and striker could also come into the club. There could still be a lot more business that happens as this transfer window goes into the last 3 weeks. But for now, we need to focus on the 2 games that will begin the season 10. We are going to be home at Leeds and then away at Norwich. So let's go and get ready for the first game against Leeds United. I'm hoping for a very good start against one of the recently promoted teams. In terms of where we're supposed to finish, it is quite interesting that we are predicted to finish in 19th place, not bottom. Norwich are predicted to finish below us, and Leeds, being one of the promoted teams, are expected to finish in 9th. We need to turn that around, and we need to be the team who are finishing in 9th or above and not Leeds United. So let's go out, kick some balls and get a really good start to the season. And so the team for the opening fixture against Leeds United at home is Alton in goal, with Charteris, Stoiker, Seligrat and Milic at the back, with McCann sitting at the base of the midfield, a man who can tackle, and that's why he's got the nod over Applethwaite. Bellingham and Simpson and Verdejo make up the midfield 4, and then Ferguson and Rojas will start up front. Can we get a good start to this opening fixture? I really hope so. I really hope that we can take this very positive feeling that we have in the club at the moment and turn this into what would be a really good start. It's essential that we get a good start, and I'm hoping the boys can go out and do that. It's very important, I'm going to tell them, that we take advantage of the home fixtures as we go into this season, and I want them to go out there, play good football, and make me proud and make the fans extremely proud. But it is Leeds who have started the stronger of the 2 teams. We are playing more positive in this game. We want to try this more positive approach that we've been using, and we do have a corner, and here is Bellingham swinging in the corner, and the goalkeeper picks that out of the air quite simply. And we are playing more positive, and I want to be more positive in terms of how we are playing and not to be so defensive. And there's a long punt upfield by the goalkeeper, and Alton has picked up the ball. He finds Seligrat. Seligrat looking for Milic, who I think is a very, very good player, very underrated fullback, and wants to play as a DM, but I want to play him as a fullback. And he's made a mistake, having bigged him up there. He's made an immediate error, but we have recovered the ball. McCann sitting at the base of the midfield. He's one of only 2 players who've made it through to this stage since I took over from at Preston all that time ago. And Bellingham is in space. Bellingham, can he get it into the box? Bellingham needs to do something better than that. Bellingham, who could be in his last season as a Preston player. He had a dreadful season last year, and I'm hoping that if this season And I'm thinking if this season doesn't go better for him, then he could be out of the door. He is the club captain, and he's got one more season. He had a 6.67 overall average rating last year. Wasn't very good. Leeds have scored. Leeds have taken the lead. It's not the start that I wanted. And it does go to show, I think, that we still are not great at the back. We need to be strengthened at centre-back. That was very, very poor. And Leeds have taken the lead. And I don't know what to do about my defenders. I thought we'd brought in some very good defenders this season, but Leeds just carved us apart there. We've dominated the game, but Leeds have once again, as is the case with this team, we're not taking our chances. The opposition take their chances. They do have another chance. That's a good tackle, and Milic brings the ball forward. Now we need to get the ball forward up the pitch. And here is Simpson. Simpson, who's got the nod at Mazzala today. Celegrat finds Stoica. Stoica looking for Charteris. Can we come back into this match before half-time? Charteris going up the right. He's a very good fullback, a very good signing this season. Lovely ball, looking for Ferguson. Need to get the ball in early. There's the chance, and it's a good save, and it goes out for a corner. That's what we need to do, and that's what we cannot do at Preston yet. We just don't take these chances. We create brilliant chances, we just don't take them. The corner comes in. We don't have very good free set-piece takers now, having lost Di Benedetto, and Leeds are looking to bring it out from the back, and it's not looking good at the moment. We are the better team on the pitch, but Leeds have the one goal that separates the two teams. And Leeds are looking to break again, looking to get the ball forward. They do play a very patient game. They have scored the only goal. But Charteris is having a decent game down that right. He's very much involved. Finds Ferguson inside. Ferguson, that's a lovely ball into Vajedo, and Vajedo can't put that away. And we need to put these chances away. He has had two very good chances now. Chances that in pre-season he was eating for his supper, and he's not putting them away today, and that doesn't fill me with confidence at the moment. It comes out to McCann. We are having all the play, and yet we cannot score again. And there's a long corner to the far post, and it is collected by Onana, the goalkeeper, very easily. We don't have great set-piece takers, and it's unlikely that I'm going to be able to find one. My scouts have not come up with anybody who is a good set-piece player. But we are dominating possession. We have most of the ball, and it's just unfortunate that we're a goal behind at this stage. And here is Milic. Both fullbacks are having decent games. He looks for Rojas up front. He's gone wide. Finds Ferguson. Ferguson has hit the post. It's going to be one of those days. Ferguson, I think, was offside. And I really can't do any more than what we're doing. We're beating Leeds quite comfortably, and yet we can't score a goal. And it might be, do I have to bring on these old players to go and score the goals for us? Do I have to bring on Applethwaite and that's a poor pass and goes straight through to the goalkeeper. But we are totally dominating this game. We've had 60% of the possession, and we have had most of the chances. We just haven't put them away. And here's Celegrat. Celegrat finds Simpson. Simpson to Bellingham. Bellingham, we need a game from him. And Bellingham finds Vajedo. Vajedo into the box, and we have scored. And it is Evan Ferguson who's brought us level. It's Preston 1, Leeds 1. That's better. And maybe I can relax a little bit, because we should go on and win this game now. We are better than Leeds, and we are looking better than Leeds. Bellingham with the through ball. Vajade got it mixed up a little bit, but Ferguson managed to see off the central defender. He just barged him out of the way, and now has made it 1-1. and we need a good start to the season. 2 victories in our opening games against Leeds and Norwich would be a great start to the season. Corner into the near post, and we have scored, and I'm not quite sure who that is. I think it's Siligrat has scored from the corner. It's Preston 2, Leeds United 1, and now can we take advantage of this? Can we go out there, take the game to Leeds and pile on the pressure? Now we've got a taste for scoring goals. Can we go out and get more? We've had 11 shots to Leeds 4. We are totally dominating the game. Our XG is much better, and we are looking the better side in all fairness. And it remains Preston 2, Leeds 1. And a lot of our players are having very, very good games. And do I have this on key highlights? I do. And there seems to be a lot of highlights going on in this match. As Vajada, he plays it back to Stoiker. Stoiker finds Charteris. Charteris looking for Ferguson. Ferguson get the early cross in. He can't find his cross. He is robbed, and Leeds United will clear the ball. But we need to pick this up in midfield, and we do. And Seligrat has the ball, looking for someone forward. Milic finds McCann. A lot of our players are playing very well. Seligrat's having a very good game. And we are putting Leeds under a lot of pressure. Here's a chance, and Ferguson has made it 3-1. What a dreadful error by the Leeds United defender. And we simply pounced on that. And Ferguson does not need a second invitation. Ferguson was one of the top signings from last year. Rojas dispossessed the fullback, who really, that was a poor touch. I don't mind. Ferguson's cross was popped into the net by Rojas. Cross was popped into the net by Ferguson. It is now Preston 3, Leeds United 1. That dodgy start hopefully is something in the past. We need to go out. We need to be careful. We need to watch the AI, because they do mix things up a little bit. And if Leeds start coming back into it, we need to be perhaps a little bit more cautious and take things a little bit easier. Milic finds Seligrat. Seligrat to McCann. McCann's having a very tidy game at the base of the midfield there. Ball into Ferguson. Ferguson is in. What a chance. He's missed the chance, and we could have gone 4-1 up there. And I think that is a little warning that we must take our chances still, because Leeds are perfectly capable of scoring goals, but at the moment we are totally taking them apart. We are dominating this game. Ferguson, he looks for Charteris. Charteris, he's bombing up the touchline. Brilliant play by Charteris, but it goes out for a throw. And this is a game that we are doing very, very well. I'm very, very happy with the performances. And was that a red card that I just saw for Leeds? I'm not quite sure what's happened there. I think Leeds have just got themselves a red card. And so we don't need to change anything at the moment. We just need to keep playing our game. It's up to Leeds now with 10 men to come back at us. And Charteris again with a beautiful ball to Vajado. Vajado with a chance. It's bobbling around in the box, and it goes over the crossbar. And somehow Leeds have kept that ball out of the net. It remains Preston 3, Leeds 1. This is what we should be doing to Leeds United, and Leeds are trying to find a way to play against us. They'll probably play it more up the centre. I'm going to go and make some changes, but we'll do it after this highlight, as we are looking to get the ball further up the pitch. And Leeds are trying to break, but Rojas has stolen the ball. Rojas is in. It's a good save. Leeds are holding on. They are getting battered, and we're going to make some changes now. And so we have made a couple of changes as Seligrat looks to bring the ball forward again. He finds Milic. Milic. Well, I've just decided to replace Milic as he is on that yellow card, and I was thinking, please don't foul the opposition at the moment. Bellingham finds Charteris. Charteris is having an excellent game. Ferguson with a drive. It's Preston 4, Leeds United 1. We are taking them apart. but I think, has it been given offside? The linesman has raised his flag and the goal is being checked. It could be a hat-trick for Ferguson. The goal is awarded. I think that is Ferguson's hat-trick, and very, very well deserved. We did have, though, Ida score a hat-trick on the opening day of last season, but boy, oh boy, oh boy. And Ferguson, having got his hat-trick now, he is on a yellow card. I think what I need to do is I need to take him off, give him a rest for the next game coming up. We will take off Ferguson and bring on possibly Surridge. We will bring on Surridge, who has been playing very, very well in pre-season. I've also got Bellingham, who is very tired, but I don't think I've got anybody who can come on for Bellingham. But maybe we do have a little plan. And we are 4-1 up. I wasn't expecting this result, but it's a new tactic, it's a new team, and we are top of the league temporarily. We are beating Leeds quite comfortably. I do need to bring Bellingham off, I think. And so we have made some changes, and we have gone 3 at the top. We've taken off Bellingham and we've decided to go 3 up front, but it is Leeds breaking forward. We have complete domination at the back there. We had a 5-1 in defence, forced him into taking the early shot, and we are dominating this game. I'm very, very happy at the moment. It's Preston 4, Leeds 1. I was a bit concerned after Leeds went ahead and we didn't seem to be taking our chances early in the game, but the boys have responded well and they have won this game very comfortably. And here's Applethwaite. Applethwaite looking for Charteris. Can we get another one? Charteris driving forward. We have 3 up top now. Charteris, he's trying to get round his man. He picks up the loose ball. Get the ball into the box. And there's a chance. It's hit the post and Leeds are going to clear. We've hit the post twice or 3 times. And we are still coming forward. Stoica finds Charteris. What a game Charteris has had. Needs to get the ball into the box. It's cleared by Leeds. And we are totally taking Leeds apart now. And Leeds are looking to break. We do have a 5-on-1 again, and we should be able to see this out. We're into the last few seconds of the game, and Leeds looking for a cross into the box. It's deflected over. They will have a set piece to finish the game. Boy, has there been a lot of highlights in this game, but it's all been worth it. It's Preston 4, Leeds 1. What a game. What a result. Can we hold on to the 3 goals? It's a good save by Alton, and we can hold on to that 3-goal deficit. It's the same as last season. We started with an excellent result last season against Blackburn. I think it was a 4-0 victory. We've beaten Leeds by 4-1. I can't ask for any more than that. And a good win and a good performance, that will do for me, boys. They have done extremely well, and we are, with not many of the games still yet to be played. Liverpool beat Leicester by 1-0, and we are still top of the league. There are a few more games left to go, but hopefully we'll be top of the league as we go into our next game against Norwich. What a performance. And this is very, very interesting because Acing wants to negotiate terms now. I want to bring him in. We have plenty of money left. And hopefully now we are going to go on and have a very, very good season. I need to play out the next 3 days and get the team ready for the away game at Norwich. And I'm hoping for a very similar result. Let's lay down some markers here. So we'll be back for the kickoff against Norwich. And just a little bit of news before we go to the game. We have signed Agahoa from Charlton for £8.75 million, subject to conditions, maybe £10.25 million. And the supporters are very, very pleased. I am absolutely delighted at having found such a good player playing for Charlton, and I'm hoping he is going to turn out to be a very good Premier League signing. And just quickly, Adam Eder has decided to leave the club. We have raised 15.25 million for him. We will get 12.25 million of that. which means that we still have £28.5 million to spend, and we have almost 70,000, 80,000 in terms of wage budget. There is a lot of scope in the last couple of weeks to bring in a lot more players. Maybe we will even be looking at bringing in that classy DM that we're looking for, and also bringing in a lot of youngsters who we can then put out on loan and then hopefully make a handsome profit on them in a year or two's time. Who knows what is going to happen? It's going to be an interesting 2 weeks. Now it's time to go and play Norwich. And so the team for the game against Norwich, and it is a rotated team. We have Alton in goal with Pugh, Denari, Seligrat and Becker at the back. Gourlay, Agahoa making his debut, Applethwaite and Verdejo in midfield, with Grant and Ferguson getting the nod up top. And I'm hoping this will be a fairly comfortable victory at Norwich. Norwich, who were beaten in their first game by 4-0, and we should be looking to be doing the same. I want to be impressed. Get out there. I need a strong defence today. We need to dominate the midfield. They are a worse team than we are by far. We need to be winning fixtures like this and winning them fairly comfortably. And we have made a fairly decent start, but it is quite even at the moment. But we do have a free kick, and here is Seligrat. Seligrat finds Adinoa. He finds Gourlay. Gourlay with a beautiful ball over the top to Pugh. Can you get a cross in early? He's looking to get the cross in. It can't find a target. Ferguson heads it back out to Pugh. Pugh again looking for a cross. It goes to nothing. Ball in for Grant. Grant with a header, and it goes over the crossbar. That is the kind of start we need to make. We need to be creating good chances, putting those chances away, and taking care of Norwich at the back. Norwich are not a very good team, but they are actually dominating the game at the moment. There are periods where we are allowing them into the game, and that's not good enough. We do need to be careful. There's one or two players who are being a little bit of a nuisance, shall we say, but we're beating them quite easily. And in terms of possession, we are dominating possession. In terms of chances, we're dominating chances. But it is that old story of we need to score. And here is Pugh making his way up the right. He finds it all the way back to Ganari. Ganari, who is making his debut for Preston today. He finds Gourlay at the base of midfield. Grant with a beautiful ball into Ferguson. Ferguson with the shot from distance. It's Norwich 0, Preston 1. Beautiful counter-attack football from Preston there. And a lovely pass. I think it was from Grant. Grant, playing an advance forward, came deep. Lovely pass, and the movement from Ferguson, first class. And what a strike that was. And I think possibly we have a contender for the goal of the season right at this early stage. Will that take us top of the league? No, it's taken us into second place. Couple more goals and we'll go top. That is exactly the kind of thing I needed, and he's missed an open goal. Who was that? Missed an absolute sitter. The goalkeeper was all over the place, and he just headed it over when the goal was gaping. It's still Norwich 0, Preston 1, and we are pretty much dominating the game. As long as we win, it doesn't really matter about the scoreline, but I'd like to get a second goal very early in the second half. I'd like to take advantage of how much we are dominating the game, and I've got to say, yeah, I'm happy with how we have dominated possession so far, and it doesn't really look to me like Norwich are creating anything special. They've had one or two chances, and one or two players have got a key pass or so, but we are pretty much in charge of this game. I'd be very surprised and annoyed if we give this game away now. We have to put this game to bed. And where is the ball? I'm struggling to find the ball here. And it's Ganari. We do have a free kick. And here is Gourlay. Gourlay at the base of the midfield. He finds Adeola. That's a beautiful pass to Grant. Grant has made it 2-0. Have we put together a good side this season? We are rolling teams over at the moment. They are teams who are very much poorer than ourselves, but we have made some very good signings. Aganoa has, I think, got 2 assists already. No, Grant got the first one. That was a beautiful ball. Assist and a goal for Grant. He's having a very special game out there today. Boy, oh boy, I'm feeling very, very good about this team that we have put together. We are looking very, very good, and we are actually top of the league now. And it is time now to go and make some changes. And so we have made 1 or 2 changes, bring some fresh legs onto the pitch, and we've brought on for his debut Adolphson, who we have signed as a centre-back from Liverpool. And we do have a free kick, and that is Adolphson's first touch. McCann, who's just come on, finds Grant. Grant with a ball into the box. Here's Ferguson. Can he make it 3? He's put it wide. Where was the scoring touch from Saturday? It remains Norwich 0. Preston 2. I would have expected him to put that away blindfold. Becker is looking a little bit tired. I'm going to take off Becker and bring on Milic at left back. Hopefully makes us a little bit more solid at the back. We have easily beaten Norwich. Norwich have had very, very little to offer. And although we are sitting in second, we have scored 6 goals already this season and only conceded 1. This is a super start to the season. It's Norwich 0, Preston 2 as we are coming up to full time. We have dominated the game. We have beaten Norwich away very nicely, very easily indeed, and we are sitting second in the table. What an amazing performance it's been in the opening 2 fixtures from this young Preston team. We do have some very tough games coming up now, though, for the rest of the month. We have Manchester United, Newcastle and Liverpool. I'm not expecting to get too much out of those games, but we have made the best possible start. And that's it for this episode. It's been a very long episode. We had a very long opening game against Leeds. If you are new to the channel, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow and help us to support the very good cause that you can see scrolling up above. We will be back after the transfer window has shut, and hopefully there will be a lot more news to give you. We still have a lot of money to spend, and we will be back for the Leicester and the Watford games, and I'm hoping we'll still be in a very good position in the Premier League at that time. All that remains to be said now is take care everyone, and I will see you in the next video.